Ninja4444 here, bringing you my third birthday review. And again, this is on Valentine's Day, which is the day before my birthday. The reason why is just because I need to get a lot of birthday reviews out of the way. So, yeah. But today, well, not today. And actually, I had to save the previous two birthday reviews to my computer because I couldn't do this one because of the space on my camera. But anyway, but the third one's going to be on the Skopio XP1. This is probably going to be quite a long review. When I reviewed it on my older account, which got terminated for copyright, it was over 30 minutes. And my review on the Toa Terrain Crawler was over an hour. So yeah, let's begin with it. And I do have the box. So yeah, let's start out with the box. First off is you have the Skopio on like lava fields, like on a volcano right here. And on the top you have Bionicle Skopio XV1. And you have the Skopio in its tank mode firing the Thornax. And ages 10 to 16, and again, no one cares about the age. No one does at all, it's true. And my mom cares about the age, but truly no one really cares about the age. But anyway, back to the review. Set number 8996, 849 pieces, which is probably a record for number of pieces. Probably one of the biggest Bionicle sets ever. And building toy in different languages. Comes with Tellerus and the Skopio, and you have like the scrawl symbol carved into the ground. Again, you have the large scrawl symbol right there, and as you can barely see the Scarabax beetle right there. Alright, and right here you have www.bionicle.com and the Lego logo. Zip it to the back. First, I want to get to the bio code, which is 5KOP10. Actually, I don't know if those are O's or zeros. So try it one time using O's, try it another time with zeros if that doesn't work. I'll make sure I put that in the description. But anyway, back to the review of Bionicle, set number 8996. You have Tellerus and the Skopio in its tank mode. You have firing the Sky Blasters, opening and closing the pincers, which is actually pretty similar to the Bisorak. And you have raising the turret and firing the Thornax. Then you have an ad for the action figure game. And here you have two of the other vehicles. You have the Baranus V7 and the Thornaxus V9. I have all the vehicles for both 2008 and 2009. Now I do. I don't have the yellow jet tracks, but I do have the regular blue jet tracks. So, but still, technically I still do have all the vehicles for both 2008 and 2009. But anyway, here it shows you how to transform him. It's kind of like a transformer. First what you want to do is fold the legs inwards together like that. Then fold these parts down. Then tank mode and just do it in reverse for Scorpion mode. Then you have the Lego logo right there. Zip it to the top. You have Bionicle, www.bionicle.com, Lego logo, 8996 again, components made in Denmark, some more copyright stuff, who cares, and then ads for the Legend Reborn. You have Kina, Madanui, and Akar riding the Thornactus, Madanui fighting the Skopio, which is pretty cool for the Skopio. You have an ad for the Skopio on the Skopio box, then you have Madanui right there. The Legend Reborn, and you have the cool scrawl symbol DVD in the box right there. New movie out, Linovial Film Esote, and Nuvia Pelifia, or however it's pronounced. I only speak English. On the bottom, you have Bionicle, www.bionicle.com, Lego logo, 8996, and an ad to join the Lego Club. And that's more copyright stuff. Who cares? Bionicle is safe to upload on YouTube without fearing copyright infringement. Anyway, the scanning tag, it's www.lego.com/service, which is the little writing right there. And item number 4540022. I have no idea why I always read that, but I read it anyway. And then there's the scanning tag. On the side here, again, pretty much the same stuff. Bionicle, www.bionicle.com, Lego logo 8996, and I just knocked the Thorn Axe out of the Skopio. Right? Now, anyway, back here you have some caution stuff. Who really cares? No one cares. And on this side you have almost the same thing here. Again, you have Bionicle, www.bionicle.com, Lego logo 8996. Then you have the Skopio XV1 and the Skopio in its tank mode. Well, not tank mode, it's not vehicle mode, it's Scorpion mode. Alright, and we already spent like 5 minutes just on the box, and instructions are probably going to take even longer. And strangely, this is more. There's two instruction manuals. This Accelera has like as I think 693 pieces. The Accelera does. This has 849. Accelera, which has less pieces than the Skopio, has 3 instruction manuals. Skopio only has 2. The reason why is because Accelera, you don't really have to repeat anything. Skopio, you have to build the same leg 4 times. Accelera, you don't have to do that. That's why in Accelera you'll have 3 instruction manuals, while Skopio you only have 2. Because you have to build the same leg 4 times for the Skopio. But anyway, let's get to the instruction manual. Instruction manual number 1, you have Bionicle, Skopio XV1. Same thing on the box, you have the Skrull Maze, Scarabax Beetle right there if you look closely. Lego logo, instruction manual 1, 8996. On the back, you have an ad for the Legend Reborn, Fall 2009. It's already out. It's February 14th, 2012 right now. So anyway, yeah. Open it up. Bag 1 builds Telrus. Bag 2 times 4 builds all 4 of the legs. Bag 3 builds the midsection. And bag 4 builds the upper section. And it says use each bag 1 by 1, which I do. It also says sort out the pieces, but I never sort out the pieces. I use each bag 1 by 1 nowadays, but I never sort out the pieces. I find that counterintuitive. But anyway, first we build Telrus, which there's a lot of confusion between whether he's an Agori or a Gatorian. I heard on Sama's tale, I do believe he's an Agori, despite him having posability in the limbs. So yeah, I do believe he is an Agori. And some sources also say he's a Gatorian. I don't know, but post a comment if you know whether he's an Agori or a Gatorian. I do believe he's an Agori. But anyway, first you build the torso, then you put the life counter on the back. And then you build the legs. And these pegs you put into the legs, we'll get on that later. And actually, alright. Then you build the arms, and actually he's actually mostly Kitongu yellow, but this piece right here, this Toamata piece, which is actually brought back, I haven't used it in a while, is actually the bright Mystica Beetle yellow instead of Kitongu yellow. I'll talk more about that when I get on to Telrus himself. Anyway, you turn the page, you build the head. Actually, this is one of the few times we put the cross axles into the sides of the head. You hardly ever do that, actually. And yeah, now bag 2 or 4 of bag 2 builds all 4 of the legs. Some people actually don't like how you have to. Some people don't like how the building experience says build the same leg 4 times. Some people don't like that, but still, it's part of the instructions. Be mad at Lego if you don't like that. Sorry, it's just these instructions are hard to hold, and I'm standing a ways away to get from because the camera's a ways away, just so I can get a view of the whole thing. Alright, that's alright. It's not easy to post this in front of the camera. This is a large instruction manual. My arms are already getting tired from holding it. I'll just put it like this and turn the pages like this. Now you build the upper part of the legs. And now, look, and here's a nice thing that they also brought back with the Skopio. There's a little click thing that when that clicks in, it clicks in. If you don't remember from the really old sets that used the Toa Mata and Toa Nuva in particularly, when they used the Toa Mata heads, they with the eyepieces that click in but never can come out. They also use this click symbol with the Toa Mata heads and eyepieces. So yeah, that's kind of a nice comeback. And then you put some more of the pistons and details on. Sorry, these instructions are hard to turn. Then you build the tracks, and that's one leg, and then just do that 3 more times. And now you build this part 2 times, 1 on each side. Yeah, there's more you have to build. There's more duplicate builds than just the legs. Some people are complaining about duplicate builds. But bag 3 builds these things which make up the interior of the Skopio. Sorry, my arms are really tired from holding up these instructions. And now you connect the pistons to that. And now you connect the other leg to that. And do the same thing on each side. Now you make the pistons for that leg. And now you just do that a second time. And then you build this little... And now what you do is build this little box. So it's basically the base of the Skopio. And yeah, then you connect both of them to that. And that's the end of instruction manual number 1. Alright, I'll just put it on the ground right here. And we're already down. It already took like another, 7 minutes just to go over one instruction manual. So yeah, but anyway, on the front here you have the same thing except instruction manual number 2. On the back, instead of an ad for the Legend Reborn, you have an ad for the Lego Club here. And here you have an ad for other Lego themes. Bionicle, Star Wars, and City. Alright, open it up. You continue building it. Alright, you just finished that and you successfully completed the legs. Now you build the upper part, which is bag number 4. You build the upper part. You also will need 2 Sky Blasters, 4 of those beams, and 2 of those little Mahari breathing tubes. And yeah, just let me get in a better sitting position so I can turn the pages easier. Alright, now you're starting to build the turret with the cannons, or Sky Blasters and the Thornax launcher. Now you put on the Sky Blasters. It says don't aim at the face, but who cares about that? Now you add on the life counter. You can also put Tellarus's life counter on the back there. I'll get more on that when I start reviewing the figures. Anyway, yeah, continue with that. Now you build these little now what you have to do is build these little wing pieces which open up when you want to raise the turret. Alright, and now we build the front part with the pincers. We build the head. Also, and now you come to yet another recolored piece. This piece right here, this Jaller Mahari breastplate is not the Skopio red. It's actually the Toa Metru Vakama red. Again, I'll get more on that later. Alright, now you connect the head there. And now what you do is final assembly. You place that on top of the box. It actually says to separate the legs, probably just to make it easier. Right? And now you click these little red pieces into place to anchor everything together. And look, just like I said earlier, it says you can put the dice counter on the Tellerus's dice counter on the back for storage. And then you place his arms and legs right on the Skopio. And here's a little thing I also mentioned I would talk about later, is that how those little pegs, those little blue pegs in his legs, or feet actually, how they're supposed to peg right in there, and the front legs are supposed to still be symmetrical. That's not true, because the feet would get in the way, and therefore you either can peg them in and the front legs won't be symmetrical, or you can have the front legs symmetrical and the feet won't be in there, won't be pegged in. But anyway, it also says to plug in the Mahari breathing tubes, put in the thorax, and yeah, peg in the feet, which is nearly impossible. Now, finally, you have the review of all the pieces and LEGO customer service in different languages, not different languages, different nations, and you have kind of Barra Magna in the background. Anyway, turn the page, and you have an ad for the Vatorian Legends. You have Vasta, Stronius, Kina, Akar, Gelu, and Matanui. Then you have then you have an ad for the 2009 vehicles. You have Skopio, Thornactus, Baranus, Caxium, and Kendox. Then you have an ad for the Gatorian Legends again. Stronius, Akar, Vastus, Kina, Gelu, and Matanui. www.banco.com. And you have the scroll maze in the background of each of the Gatorians and in the stand of the page. Then you have an ad for the Agori. You have Attackus, Rondu, Tarduk, Barracks, Metas, and Zesk. Again, you have www.banco.com. Anyway, turn the page. Another ad for the vehicles. Caxium, Skopio, Kendox, Baranus, and Thornactus. www.banco.com. Ad for banco.com, and that's the instructions. Alright, then we only have 11 minutes left of juice on the camera. And we haven't even reviewed any of Tellerus or the Skopio yet. Quite amazing. And yeah. So now we finally move on to the figures. One thing I forgot to do before I started the review is take Tellerus off so I can review him separately, which I will now do. And yeah, I'm going to take those out and unpeg his hands. And yeah, alright. And the breathing tube came out. Plug that back in. Alright, and the foot and one leg just came off because from being used for mocks. So yeah, this one leg comes off easily. So yeah. Alright, just let me position him. Alright. And sorry about leaving the breathing tubes in. Sorry if you don't like that. But anyway, there you have Tellerus. Let's review him. First thing I want to point out is, well, he's missing a peg right there. It's probably still in the Skopio, and yes, it is. It's right there. I'll just show you. Alright, right there. You can see the blue peg. It's supposed to be used. But anyway, back to Tellerus. Like I said early on, is that he's Kitongu yellow. Most of him is Kitongu yellow, but his lower limbs right here are the bright yellow used on Mystica Beetle, or Beetle, or Bitidle, or whatever his name is pronounced. This yellow is different from this yellow. I mean, LEGO probably wouldn't even have to make a new mold. They could have just molded it in the Kitongu yellow, but again, they were cheap. I mean, I don't really mind that much, but some people do. And anyway, you have the Kalma, Baraki Kalma, armors recolored in Kitongu yellow. And then you have the Toa Mata feet that are also the Kitongu yellow. Then you have Toa Metru limbs also recolored in Kitongu yellow. And then the helmet. Let's get onto the helmet. You probably are familiar right now that because these sets were 2009 sets. It's 2012 by now. But anyway, you're probably familiar that the helmet, it's actually the spigot helmet. The spigot helmet on one side, Tellerus helmet on the other. You just flip it around. Same thing goes for the helmets of the guys from the Caxium and the guys from the Ken Docs. It's the same helmet, just flip it around in different color scheme. So yeah, interchangeable helmet. But anyway, like I said, the torso is actually turned backwards so you can fit the life counter on. If you want to, you can take this life counter off and put it back here. I usually keep it on him, so you just have one on each person, or Skopio isn't really a person, but still. And yeah, and you have his mouth showing right there. And actually, one thing that no one really is complaining about, but they complain a lot about this in the Transformers RC, is that in Legend Reborn, Skopio wasn't none of the people here were really to scale with the Thornax. With the Thornaxus, the Skopio is a lot bigger than the Thornaxus. When in actuality, when you get the Thornaxus here, the Thornaxus is almost just as long as the Skopio in set form. It's almost just as long. In fact, if you put the Skopio in its fast mode, it's actually even longer. But yeah, so actually the Skopio isn't really good to scale with other figures. I mean, a lot of people, a lot of Transformer fans, especially the people who buy RC from Transformers, they often complain that RC from Transformers is never good to scale with other Transformers figures. Well, Skopio really isn't good to scale with the other 2009 figures either, because the Skopio, it should be a lot bigger. And Tellerus was actually, although he may look a lot really short right here. He's actually in a gory, I do believe. Again, he looks a lot really short here he's shorter than a Glatorian, but taller than a gory. He's actually in the Legend Reborn. He actually looks a lot bigger than even modern. He's actually quite big in the Legend Reborn. But then, if you listen to the Samad's Tale podcast, basically, the Samad's Tale podcast, from what they're saying, he's basically the same size as he scales with Samad here, because he was shown with Samad. So he's basically, in Samad's Tale, he's to scale, but in Legend Reborn, he's not to scale. I mean, that kind of throws you off on storyline. It's kind of kooky how bad scaling. So Skopio's kind of bad to scale. It's kind of like Transformers RC, like I said. A lot of people are complaining that Transformers RC figures are horrible to scale. Skopio is not scaling right in Legend Reborn, but Tellerus is scaling right in, strangely, he's scaling right in Samad's Tale, and again, that kind of throws storyline off. But anyway, I think we're done with reviewing Tellerus. So anyway, now let's review the Skopio. But first, I will show you how the Skopio transforms. Alright, so I'm back, and I just showed you how to transform him in stop motion, just kind of like in my Transformers reviews, which I have very little of. But anyway, I was out of space on the camera, so I just had to save that clip of the review to my computer, edit the video as much as I could, then go back and film the rest. Alright, so we reviewed everything here except for the Skopio. We reviewed the box, the instructions, Tellerus, but not the Skopio. So, why don't we do that, shall we? Alright. Here's the Skopio right here. And now, you probably know how to transform him. But just to show you, first what you want to do is move all the legs outwards. I do it 3 clicks so that they're all at a 90-degree angle. Perfect X. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Alright, so alright, there, now I think it's 3. And now and not a lot of people do this, but I usually just bend all the legs up one click, just so that the footing is better on the Skopio. Now what you want to do is fold the treads out on each leg. Alright, and here you have the Skopio in its robot mode, or scorpion mode. And strangely is that one thing that's been going on a lot in Bionicle is all of the arachnid Bionicles only have 4 legs instead of 8. Like Viscerac only have 4 legs, Fenrac only has 4 legs, and now the Skopio, which represents a scorpion, which is also an arachnid, also only has 4 legs. I mean, probably it's part of Lego's tradition. I don't know, but still. Anyway, pincers just do this, and they open and close, kind of like the Viscerac pincers. And yeah, treads, what you can do is they spin quite good. And yeah, sorry, I thought I accidentally turned off the camera, but they spin quite good. And yeah. And to raise the turret, what you want to do is fold these outwards and just pull the turret up like that. And sometimes it falls back or forward, but still. And sometimes actually Tellerus could get in the way of folding these out or moving the turret up, which is kind of annoying, but still. And one thing I kind of like about the Skopio is these Minax Sky Blasters were used in the Matoran universe, or Matanui robot, and the Thornax was used on Bar Magna, and so they could kind of incorporate both of them into kind of a mix of Matoran universe and Bar Magna. So that's kind of cool. They use both the Sky Blaster and the Thornax. So yeah, it's cool. And yeah, like I said, just let me show you on the turret. These 2 pegs back here, these 2 blue pegs, that's where you can peg on Tellerus's dice counter if you would like. And these little gray pieces right here, that's where you peg in the Mahari breathing tubes that are attached to Tellerus. And actually another thing that's different in the movie, different in Legend Reborn, is that you have these Bone Hunter blades on the top, 2 Bone Hunter blades on each side of all 4 legs. In the Legend Reborn, you also had Bone Hunter blades on the bottom of the legs too, not just bare tread. So I mean, probably Lego couldn't find a way to build it, or they're just lazy, or they just wanted to differentiate it from the movie a little bit. Because I mean, if you watch the original trilogy, the animation makes the characters look nothing like the sets, while in Legend Reborn it looks almost exactly like the sets. I mean, Six Shot doesn't like how they look like the sets, and Legomation does. And I mean, it's your opinion. Legomation and Six Shot are actually bitter rivals. So yeah, probably explains why. And so yeah. Also, this part right here, these 2 parts right here, those are the eyes. They just obviously didn't put like a red cover right there. So yeah. And yeah. A lot of reuse of Accelera pieces. Like you have these pieces, these red pieces right there, kind of the red beams and stuff like that. And you have some of those pieces that haven't been used in the Accelera, like these pieces, and yeah, like that. But still, I mean, Skopio pretty cool. To transform him back, what you want to do is fold, and I just knocked down Tellerus. So yeah, but to transform him back, first you want to do is fold in all of these legs like this, folding the treads. Then, if you put it off one click, you just put it down one click so that they're all flat with the ground, horizontal with the ground. And then you move it in so they're all symmetrical. And another thing I said I was going to get to is that the fact that how the pegs can't peg in his legs when it's in vehicle mode. So yeah, to put him back in, you just peg in his arm and put his legs on each side and peg in his other hand, or not arms, hands, and peg in the breathing tubes on each side. And like I said, it's impossible to peg in his feet, because I mean, if you have to, I mean, it's impossible to do it all the way because these pistons have to rest in between his feet. So either you have to move the legs slightly out so they're not symmetrical, or you can't peg in his feet altogether. I just say I would rather it be symmetrical, so I just have it not pegged in all the way. I mean, most people don't care about that, since I've seen other Skopio reviews back in the days of 2009, and they didn't really mention that, so they probably don't care, but I mean, I care, and I noticed it. So, yeah. But anyway, yeah. Actually, I noticed now that, actually, I'm just, like, right there, you can actually, they might have actually been able to fit bone hunter blades on the underside of the legs. Just possibly, but I don't know. So, yeah. Alright, so, after, and it took, just like I said, my review that was on my account that was terminated for copyright was over 30 minutes. This is probably going to be no different. Type in Skopio in the comments if you were able to get through the entire review without fast forwarding it, because I know this has been a long review because this is a large set. My Viscera review for the 2004 Matoran, that was actually over 15 minutes, and I didn't even have the box or the instructions, and Viscera was only a Matoran size set. But anyway, back to the review. It's time to rate the Skopio. What do I rate it? I rate it an 8 out of 10. It's definitely good. It's a lot of people's favorite. Legomation Studio says, however, in his Toamata Nui review, I don't have Toamata Nui. In fact, I don't have any of the Titans for 2009. I don't have Tuma, Pharaoh plus Skirmix, or Toamata Nui. Legomation says that you should get Toamata Nui even more than the Skopio, while 6-Shot Reviews 2, who's again a rival of Legomation Studio, says that Toamata Nui sucks ass and you should not get him. In fact, Toamata Nui is actually 6-Shot's least favorite Bionicle. Yeah. But anyway, another thing I also forgot to point out, actually, was how the differentiate of red. Like I said when I was reviewing the instructions, this Jaller Mahari breastplate is in fact the dark Toametsu Vakama red, while this red right here is the Tahu Mata red. Same thing here. These hand pieces right here are the Vakama red, and these are the Tahu red. So yeah, and life counter pieces, Toametsu chestplate life counter pieces are in fact also the Vakama red instead of the Tahu red. But still. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, this has been a really long birthday review, and again, type Skopio in the comments if you were able to make it through this entire review without fast forwarding it. And this is Sly Ninja 4444 signing off, and happy birthday to me. And again, this is filmed a day before my birthday just so I can get in more birthday reviews. And so yeah, but I'm not going to upload it until my birthday. So anyway, this is Sly Ninja 4444 signing off, and happy birthday to me.